is part of culture, and it's already intertwined through their very long history, and the journey that Cambodian gone through, the influences, and many other things. And when it comes to food is part of culture, and I do not think any culture is stay on its own as pure, right? But a few things that I could think of that differ Cambodian food compared to our neighboring country. Number one, that originally we never really cook our dishes automatically spicy. It's always been an option as a condiment, so people can help themselves to get a kick, from the spices. So meaning chili is always been served in fish sauce or soy sauce or with salt or just by itself. And looking at that, it's also mean to me, that we cook that the way we cook is to feed everyone in the family. And I really appreciate that, having opportunity to make it my own, just add a few things that I like. But this is a question that I had so many years, and I thought that I wasn't being able to answer the question, what is Cambodian food? And I thought that if I devote my time to do this full time, and now more than full time, almost more than 7 years, I still do not know what is Cambodian food, because the more I dive deeper into it, the more I realize that it's so much more that I don't know. So I often said to people when they come and ask me the same question you are asking me now, I said, Cambodian food and other food in our region, it's just like a relationship. You have to be in it to know how they are different. And that's all I can say. The more I learned, the more I know that a lot more to be learned.
When I think of Cambodian food, it's like a rich variety of different ingredients and different types of forms of food. I would say I really like it. The flavoring is definitely there. It's balanced, but it's also not light, but I like the way it tastes. I initially thought it would be like a bit too much for my stomach, but actually I'm doing fine, and yeah, it's unique, and I'm really enjoying it.
I would say the current experiences that we've had with Cambodian food has really demonstrated how conscientious the Cambodian people are. They've really have taken into thought about like what they want to show, but also how will we receive it. Whether it be like providing more vegan options or even adding in a little complimentary fries. This merging of hospitality from an understanding about their visitors' taste as well as pride for their own country has made the eating experience very, very, very enjoyable. But come back to me once we eat some real Cambodian.
try some. I'll take it.
Try it. It's quite mine. But you should try it so you know. All right. Are you good with that chili paste?
To make myself.
All right. So let's tell ourselves with.
It's good.
We're adding this one, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the reason we watch it.
Wait, how much are we adding again?
It's like chocolate.
Just like one.
You know, food used to be something that we are very proud of, and we use food to explain who we are. Meaning, if you invite anyone to your house, you would like to tell them how wealthy you are, how creative you are. It will be displayed on the table, right? So it through so many processes and the labor of love by so many people in the kitchen to produce amazing and so many diverse dishes on the table. And it's a meal and at a time, a platform that where people used to not only impress other guests, but also the culture through that food and the history and the story of Cambodia through that food. After that, food becomes survival food. And people died because of starvation while the country made so much rice, but people died from starvation and sickness.
Under the genocide regime, as you know, the Khmer Rouge organization not only destroy the tradition, religion, and no city, only all of the people must live in the countryside, and all people have no private property, so they have to eat, they have to work all together. Especially we speak about eating, about meal and food, because they closed market. We at that time did not market, did not money, so the food must be very poor. You know, sometimes the same. Yeah. And people, Cambodian people, mostly the Khmer Rouge organization allow us to eat only porridge. So under the Khmer Rouge, food only two. I think maybe 2-3 of type of food. The Cambodian food, we have a lot of traditional and not traditional also, but the food, the very special food, we never have under Khmer Rouge. Only I told you only 3-4 type of food what it is, and the same and boring food, and we have to eat. Yeah.
Thank you. And then by then we will be able to try it, whether we need to adjust anything or not. What made you think that yours not good? And it is.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
After I mix it well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mix it.
Oh, okay. What's going on here? You should try yours and try his. I'm sorry, this is not insulting, but you know sometimes this is something that it's funny about cooking class. We try to use the same measurement, but it can turn out so differently. So okay, let me help fix this. Is it all right?
Yeah.
9, 10, 11. What if I select an extra?
Well, then the ratio would not be correct.
I think
Your
it might
dinner
blow
would
up.
not be good.
It would blow up.
You see, when I put it in,
Yep.
it stays in this line.
Yep. Oh, it needs to go within that one. I see.
You see what I mean?
Oh my god,
It
that's so
stays in one little
Yeah.
small spot. Okay? Yeah, exactly. I never thought of that, but but one thing that I'm afraid, will it stay? It should be. It should.
Oh,
yeah.
wrong.
So I think it works.
It looks like
time, it also taught people that know nothing about food in the forest. They've learned to observe animals, whatever they could eat, meaning it's not poison. So they start to do that too. Insects has become a very, very big part of what we ate, because it also gives us protein, also flavors and texture. And go back to the insect. A lot of people of the world believe that Cambodia started eating insects, and eating insect culture is the legacy from Khmer Rouge, but it's actually not true. Cambodia has been eating insects as well, for people who are wealthy. Insect wasn't chose to eat for people that are lacking of food. But this is a pleasure for lots of people who are very, very rich. It's just something that they love to eat. We did not eat it because we were very poor or were looking for food, but it just become more because we were needing more food. So when I grew up, I liked eating it, but not necessarily understood that when we eat the shrimp with the shell or the tiny fish with the bones, I know that we growing up never had fresh milk to drink. So it's so much based on what we eat. We have these that provide us not only just protein but also the calcium, right? But also many other greens and vegetables that also provide us those vitamins that our body needs on the top of the dairy that we don't have here. What I'm trying to do right here is to push or make room for everyone. Make room for everyone. Make room for every shrimp to touch the spoon, because I would like this shrimps to cook evenly. That means they have to stay in one layer, not on top of each other. You see? Every single one touches the big spoon. And then it might be splashing, so just be careful. 1, 2, and 3. Just put it right in. Quick as possible. 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead. ASAP. Right. People who was announced or known secretly that they know anything, not necessarily food, but anyone has high knowledge, skills, will be the targeted one, right? And people also fled to different parts of the world, and up to this day, some of them, believe it or not, that still don't want to come back, and they still dramatize and believe that Cambodia is still in a dark place. So, and I witnessed all of that, going back and forth to the US and spending time with Cambodian community. Some of them, they are in their 70s, still don't want to come back because they still remember all the hardship. Not only for them don't want to come, but they also tell their children not to come. So why I'm saying all of this? It's more than just a loss, but it's a bad memories, and it's the being a human but not wanting to express who you are. I think, and it's through food, it's through culture, it's through arts. But once people are not there and having the willing, because they don't trust in it, because they still dramatize from it, who would want to do that, right? Because this not only affect or last, but also doesn't motivate the younger generations to continue or keeping or trying to bring back the forgotten flavor, because they just don't see why. yeah, of course, during that time, everything, life was hard. But right after Khmer Rouge, it wasn't that easy either. And that's when I was born. And I witnessed that we were eating quite a few things. And I almost believed that Cambodian food is nothing but those few dishes. Because our parents cooked with what available. And they were always very busy to make a living, to make family again. So, and a lot of the knowledge, of course, still, if they could afford the ingredients later on, they would continue that in the family. But when time went by, the children who was born before Khmer Rouge, like myself, we started to be somewhere else. Meaning a lot of go to town for better education, this and there, right? Which also doesn't allow the elderly people who the one who cook at home, doesn't motivate them to cook a big meal to celebrate anymore because everyone is gone. And everyone, what I'm trying to say here is that urbanization also doesn't help to keep the culture of cooking and the food either, because we were somewhere else and the elderly people has no one home to cook for, and also no one's home to learn from them. And then when I come to town and I started to travel around Cambodia, that's when I started to see that Cambodian food is much more than what I knew. After that, started to see numbers of restaurants, and they would, call it Cambodian restaurant, but they have to twist their dishes because they don't believe that Cambodian cuisine would fit your palate. And they have to make it, they have to modernize it, they have to have, I don't know. They just need to do something to make it, they believe, make it more interesting or milder or things like that. So for me, it's not only like I could see. For me, I'm not trying to tell that they are wrong, because I never believed that we have to be the way we were 1,000 years ago in order to promote who we really were or really are. There are so many things that the world can enjoy, And for example, we use the fermented shrimp, right? So it's all about understanding the balance. And you love it, and it's fine, right? So I think Cambodian food, like other food, like other cuisine, it's all about time, and time to be the world, to be educated with our palate, and it's also, I think, the time for the world to accept who we are as well.
In Cambodian culture, and in all cultures, I think food plays a massive role in the identity that one has with the culture. One reason I think it's like that is because it's really easy to convey the culture with other people in different cultures just by sharing the food. And I think that the food can have a lot of stories to tell and history behind it, and it's just a good way of conveying that history and culture.
I think food has been very important in Cambodian culture, especially because of the genocide and the fact that so many recipes were definitely taken away. So finding just another way to restore the culture of Cambodia from pre-genocide to after genocide, and just using it as another form of healing. And I think this is what I was talking about with the performing arts, is that it's like a method of healing. And I think just by restoring some of those traditional recipes, they're almost reclaiming their culture again.
Yeah, so from what I've seen, Cambodian food revolves a lot around the cooking, obviously, but it's a group experience. We took a cooking class with Chef Nak, and we all contributed, making each other's banana bowls or marinades. So I think that has a lot to do with it. So a bonding experience. Secondly, Cambodian food demonstrates the rich resources that the country has. So, for example, there's pistachios in much of food. Also, there are carrots, there's fish, there's shrimp, there's sweet and sour, there's peppers, there's a whole variety. So, it's not only just the bonding experience, but also a demonstration of what the nation of Cambodia has.
So from what I've gathered at our short stay here in Cambodia, is that food here is a more communal experience. There's definitely like an element of like memory, like especially with Chef Nat. She was showing us foods and she was saying everything is from her memory, from her childhood. There's like it's like deeper than just what you're eating and it tastes good. Like I feel like I've noticed like a lot of differences between Cambodian food and American food. Not just in flavor, but I feel like in America when we eat a food, it's just like, oh, it tastes good, but there's such a deeper meaning to the cooking and the experience of it all. It's like everybody's coming together to cook or to eat together, and we're all laughing, we're all talking, making jokes, and it's an overall like a deeper experience, I think, here. And then on the more of the flavor side, I would say that we see there's like more complex flavors, and they focus on a larger palate than just sweet and salty like America does. I've seen a lot of more sour, I've seen some bitter. So it's just a more well-rounded cuisine, I think, in general.
I swear there was a frog in my room. He wants it. Yes. Let's go. No, that'd be fire. Along with Ben. And then
8, 9, 10, 11.
that was good.
So I hosted a group of family, 15 of them, who their parents fled Cambodia during the Khmer Rouge and been living in the U.S. and they never came to Cambodia until that time. So when we spend time cooking, talking about food, tasting the food, the story about our ingredients, the story behind what we were cooking, I do what I did because I believe in it. But I never actually knew that it's a time for them to heal and to believe that we have the potential. And the world should know Cambodia more than our, amazing temples. And the sad thing about there, under the dark time about Khmer Rouge. So I actually never thought of that until they sent me an email that the time I spent with you, learning about Cambodian food and understanding the potential and what you try to do to recover Cambodia and using the food angle, telling story about Cambodia through your stories, your dishes. It's a time for me to heal, and I thank you for doing that. And it's also make them feel like that they have part to be in it too, you know. They don't feel that they are, because they was born there, doesn't mean that they are doesn't mean that they can help Cambodia this way. So I'm very happy, and this is just one example. With little small thing, what we can call food, well, not really small, but it has a very big impact, because this is something that we eat. It's for our mental, it's for our physical, but it's something that so much beyond that. It's more than just to fulfill us, but it's our story, our memories. You know, it's set time, and it's everything is in there. And I have to say that learning about food, Cambodian food, through the time, it taught me so much to appreciate not only my cuisine, but my country and my people in general. Yeah.
Edge. Yeah. Food. Oh, this is good. It's not rude to start when they're not here yet.
I need again. No, this is just.
Oh. This is my favorite. I remember this. Oh my god, this is so good. It's pretty good.
Something I've noticed is that along the course of our trip, the further we move from the capital city, Phnom Penh, and visit more rural villages, in my opinion, the better the food gets. And as for our homestay in Bante Chamar, we had a breakfast today. It was the best meal I had on the whole trip, so I think that just shows best food is mom's cooking.
In Bante Chamar, when we had food with the homestay, I learned that even though there were like as little ingredients as there were, we were still able to have a full meal and end up feeling really full and nourished after it, and it was still tasted really good. So I think in my day-to-day life and for the future, I will try to make the most of what I have and end up hopefully having a really good product.
I would like to tell the world that as a person, start cooking since I was 4, and be able to explore more about Cambodian food, because I wanted to know more. I wanted to connect to my roots, and would like to be able to tell the world and to answer to my questions to myself, what is Cambodian food? has begun, and I have to be honest that I decided to drop up to give up my well-paid job to do this, and I'm very proud to say that I still don't know what it is, because we are so special, because we are so diverse. And I start learning and I start researching since I was from 2005, and up to now I'm still on the journey, because it's so much that I don't know, and the more I've done, the more I feel like a lot more need to be done. So I would like to tell the world that Cambodia has more than Angkor Wat, which is the best thing, or the killing field. We have a lot more story, beautiful story, and I'm here to invite everyone around the world to come and explore Cambodian food with me.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. That's amazing.
Thanks.
Beautifully said. It's amazing.
Well, I have to be honest, I really don't know. I wish I do, but I don't. Yeah.
Thank you.
I thought that I knew, but I did not. Yeah. And because of food, the more I travel, the more I learn to be more humble, and I also earn my patience, because it's a lot more complex than I could imagine, and it's so much more than what we see and cook. And that's something that this is something that motivates me to keep doing this. Yeah, because the world should know about us through our food.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nothing but a